Ladies, if you love the company of men, but you're looking for a way to elevate it from hanging out to actually getting that spoiled woman treatment, this is the video for you. Today we are talking about some habits of the feminine woman that men actually really love and makes them want to spoil us. If you're new here, of course, this is Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. And of course, ladies, today we are talking all things attraction. I really want to get into some habits that really draw masculine men to us as feminine women. Some of these you may already be doing, and some maybe you want to implement into how you operate these days. Okay, ladies, so let's go ahead and hop into the list. Number one, ladies, men absolutely love women who are radiant in their femininity. And when I say that, think of the girly girls, the women who are very naturally beautiful, but find a way to enhance it with hair. Maybe they'll do a little bit of a makeup look, but they have such a radiant look to themselves. They care about looking polished. They smell good. They care about their soft environment. They're taking care of their bodies and making sure things are like right and tight. Okay, ladies, they play around with color. They like softness in their wardrobe. They just flow. They just flow, ladies, and there is a softness about her that makes her radiant, okay? And it's like when a man is around that, he can feel that. He can feel that softness. He can feel that flow. He can feel that beauty. It's like a butterfly, right, ladies? When you are radiant in your femininity, you're not afraid to show your creativity through your wardrobe. You're not afraid to be beautiful in a bombshell. You're okay with standing out in the crowd and getting that attention, okay? You radiate. Right, ladies? And men absolutely love and draw to women who just have that soft power about themselves where they're soft, but they kind of command your attention. Right, ladies? Number two, masculine men love women who know how to celebrate the little things. Ladies, sometimes you guys get me misconstrued and think that you have to rent a billboard and plaster the man's name across it because he did some small thing. I'm not saying that it has to be all of that, but what I am saying is celebrate the little milestones in y'all's life. Bring some excitement and some joy to things instead of acting so unimpressed when he's doing things. Give a little bit of celebration. It makes it just a little bit more fun. So if he surprises you with something, or he buys you something, or he opens the door for you, you can light up and give him a little bit of positive reinforcement, right, ladies? When y'all have a 1 month anniversary or a 6 month anniversary, make it something to celebrate. Right, ladies? If he gets a promotion, you're going to celebrate. If he gets a pay raise, you're going to celebrate. So just as he's making those small steps towards those things, give him little celebrations in the midst of that too. Bring life and energy and fun into the relationship by not being afraid to celebrate the small things. Number three, ladies, masculine men absolutely love a woman who has standards, but is not entitled, okay? And I want you to think about it as, how do I want to put this? Think about it as your standards are because you have self-respect and knowing your worth. Entitlement kind of comes from ego, quite honestly, ladies. Ego, it's your attitude towards the treatment that you want is what makes it one or the other. So like a standard could be, I don't date men who don't keep their word. That's a standard. Ladies, that makes sense. Standards attract the right men. They filter out the wrong men. They kind of set the pace for what you're willing to accept into your life. Okay. But entitlement is more so what you're demanding from someone. Right, ladies? It comes from a place of ego. It's demanding them to do it. And a lot of times without even offering anything, any appreciation, any gratitude in return. Right, ladies? An entitled statement sounds something like, like a man better spend money on me just because I showed up. Here's the thing. He don't have to do anything. We got to start understanding that people don't have to do anything. If we would understand that, just like you don't have to do anything, he doesn't have to do anything. Right, ladies? Although the standard is when I go on a date, yes, I want the person that I'm going on this date with to pay for this date. Entitlement is you demanding it of them is not going to get you what you want. Okay? A lot of respect in our dynamic with men and their respect back towards us would fix a lot of the issues we're having with each other on both sides, right, ladies? So entitlement and standard, the difference is how you approach the treatment that you want. You can still want a man to pay for a date without demanding it of him, right, ladies? Those are two different things, and I hope that I explained that clearly. Number 4, and this one is absolutely chef's kiss to me. Masculine men love women who make them feel useful. Ladies, the best thing you can do when you start dating a man is put that man to use. I'm telling you that now. Put him to use so that he feels like he has made some sort of investment towards you. Okay, ladies? First off, men like to be useful, okay? They want to feel like they're helping you. It's not even necessarily that you need them, but they like the idea that I come in and I save her from a lot of things. I help her do a lot of things. I make her life easier. She appreciates this, right? But also, on our side, ladies, men naturally put time, money, effort into what they value. Okay? Wherever his heart is, that's where his resources flow. Okay, ladies? So that's why I say the best thing you can do when you are dating a man is put that man to use, because on top of the fact that he actually wants to feel useful for you, he wants to do for you, he wants to help you like most masculine men do. Okay, on top of that, his heart does follow his investment. Okay, a man can like you and not invest much. But if you start to see more investment in your direction and he's making plans, he's spending money, he's protecting, he's spending time, we're getting into a different level of things. And ladies, please believe he knows that he's investing towards you. Okay, men are builders. Okay, they're providers. They know where it's going. Okay, ladies, if he's building with you and he's doing those things towards you, he sees you as a important part of his life. Okay, he's not just throwing all that out there for no reason. Okay, so the best thing you can do, once again, ladies, is put that man to work, but also let him know that he is useful to you. Don't be ashamed to actually let him know where he's helping you. Okay, that kind of leads into our next point, which is number 5. Masculine men love women who pour back into them, but with appreciation and peace. So sometimes, okay, how do I put this? Okay, so here's the thing. There's some people who spoil men back the same way that the men spoiled them. So if he does certain things and take care of certain things and spends money and gives you money and all this kind of stuff, there's certain relationship dynamics where the woman just does that right back, gives him money and does all of these things and all of that. That's great. That's cool, right? But most masculine men don't need your money. Most masculine men don't even want your money, right? They don't want you for your money, okay? So the next best thing that you can do is pour back with your appreciation and your peace, your emotional maturity, your respect, okay? He can't just go buy that. Okay, he can't just go run across that, because especially in today's society, there's not a lot of people who know how to give it. Okay, ladies, so allowing him to feel your admiration, okay, ladies, is great. Allowing him to feel your softness towards him because of what he does and how he helps you is great. Showing him some respect, okay, because of what he does for you, what he does for your family, all of this different stuff is great, ladies. Pouring back into your partner does not mean that you have to go tit for tat as far as buck for buck. Okay, he can do something for you with his pocketbook, and you can pour right back into him with appreciation, with love, with gratitude, with admiration, with respect, with all of that, right, ladies? And he'll feel that, because most masculine men, they're not going to accept your dollar anyway. Okay, ladies, so that's something to consider. Yes, we do spoil our men back, but we spoil them back differently than they spoil us. The way they spoil us is their masculine way of doing things. We spoil them back in a feminine way. Okay, so we don't do what they do in order to spoil them back. Okay, we spoil them back in our feminine way. We give them something that another man would not be able to give him, right, ladies? So if two friends that are men, if he gives him money and he appreciates it, right, and then he gives him money back, and then he gives him some money, right, and he appreciates it and gives that back. Two men can do that. Right, ladies? Two masculine men who don't have feelings for each other can do that. But how do you pour back and spoil your man in a way that, quite honestly, he can't do that with his friends? Quite honestly, he can't do that with a woman that's not in her femininity. He can't do that with a woman who doesn't have emotional control. How do you, as a feminine woman, pour back into your man and spoil him back? You do it the feminine way. You do it with your emotions. You do it with your flow. You do it with letting him feel how you feel about him. Right, ladies? You do it with showering him with the respect that you know that he's earned. Right? That's the feminine way of pouring back into him, because he don't care about your dollar. And I'm going to go ahead and make this the last one. Lastly, ladies, masculine men love women who embody luxury habits for themselves. I always tell you, create your full world. Create your full life. Treat yourself. Fresh flowers, fine dining, nice little gifts for yourself, doing things for yourself in his presence. Let him see that you treat yourself well. I don't need another person to treat me well. I treat me well. And what happens is he realizes that this is the treatment that you give yourself. He has to meet you there. Right, ladies? And here's the thing, masculine men, they love to rise to the occasion. They want to rise to the occasion. They want to have to figure out a way to meet you where you are. They want to. Right, ladies? So embodying luxury habits for yourself and taking care of yourself and making sure that you are depicting that this is the life that I live. And if you're going to be a partner to this, you do have to meet me here. Right, ladies? Men actually appreciate that. That kind of goes back into having standards, but this time it's having standards for yourself and allowing them to see you having those standards even for yourself, so that they also realize that they have to be in that standard, right? If I have set this standard on how I'm going to treat myself, you better believe that there's a standard on how you're going to come in and treat me. Right, ladies? So embody those luxury habits for yourselves. And plus, that's just so girly. Oh my gosh, that creates such a girly, feminine kind of flair to the environment. These are things that he would not experience unless he was around a feminine woman, right? These are things that he can't just go to his homeboy's house and get. Okay, these are things that he's not just going to get anywhere. He has to be in the presence of a feminine woman for him to enjoy these things, right? So do these things for yourself, okay? Not because of him, because of you, but it's great when he gets to see it. Okay, ladies, so I hope that I explained each one of these tips thoroughly. I wanted to get a very clear understanding on some of these things, because sometimes when I say certain things, here come the women that want to be like, you're a pick-me. All because I said you got to respect the man, okay? So I wanted to make sure I explain things thoroughly. I'm not telling anybody to be a doormat, but what I am saying is have a respect in these relationship dynamics with these men that you are choosing, right, ladies? That's all I'm saying. Okay. But anyways, of course, I cannot leave you ladies without giving you your affirmation for the day. Today's affirmation is, I am a high value woman who is deeply loved and abundantly provided for. I am a high-value woman who is deeply loved and abundantly provided for. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much, ladies, for watching another episode of Get 'em Girl. I always love the support in the comments. You ladies really make my day sometimes, okay? I will tell you that, okay? And with all that being said, hey, wait, before we go, if you ladies enjoyed this video and you like the habits video, especially when we're talking about men, I am linking a video right here, 5 habits of a woman whose man prioritizes her. It's such a fun video, one of my favorite series on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and link it. And with all that being said, I want to thank you again, and I will see you ladies next time. Bye.